4,000 Americans die in fires each year. Most of them are asphyxiated. 30,000 Americans die in car crashes each year. 6,000 of those were passengers, and 4,000 of them were not even in a car. While no single factor caused these tragedies, there is one group that could have acted to prevent the great majority of them. Our government has the power to regulate product safety. If it had been more rigorous, many of the people who die in car crashes and fires each year might still be alive.
Think about it. Our government permits architects to design houses so flammable that fire takes 5 minutes to engulf them. It lets manufacturers produce vehicles that become mangled with relative ease. We could build stronger cars, and it allows us to barrel down highways at often lethal speeds. The government could fix a lot of this. It could force builders to use ceramic tiles and thick concrete floors.
It could order dealerships to sell only cars equipped with steel roll cages and nylon harnesses.
It could set a national speed limit of 10 miles per hour and mandate jail time for those who broke it. Imagine all of the lives that could be saved.
Needless to say, Americans would find these regulations outrageous. We might value safety, but we consistently trade it for affordability, for convenience, for aesthetic value, and perhaps most importantly, the freedom to make decisions for ourselves.
In November of 2010, the FDA banned Four Loko, a caffeinated alcoholic drink that it deemed unsafe. By doing this, the FDA punished the people who consumed the drink responsibly to protect the people who chose not to. Rather than allow people who consumed the drink to learn from the consequences of their mistakes, the FDA simply imposed one personal choice on everyone who bought the drink. Ironically, regulations imposed by the FDA in the name of saving lives can have the opposite effect. In the 1990s, the FDA imposed a barrage of exhaustive regulations on medical devices. Surgical lasers had to wait in line to receive FDA approval before they could be legally sold. Thousands of potentially life-saving tools languished in a bureaucratic abyss, sometimes for years, while patients who could have benefited from them suffered. Robert Higgs' book, Hazardous to Our Health, says that during this time a lot of Americans simply went to Europe to receive treatments that had not yet been approved by the FDA. The United States actually lost business as the manufacturers of these medical devices began to simply move out of the country rather than wait for FDA approval. Now, getting the government out of product safety wouldn't necessitate taking a manufacturer at its word. If you look at the back of a fan, a lamp, the back of your TV, you'll see the letters U and L with a circle around it, more than likely, and this stands for Underwriters Laboratories. It is a safety firm that companies choose to take their products to because more retailers will carry a product that has the UL stamp of approval. When I buy a lamp, I don't need to look for the UL stamp of approval. It just so happens that most of the lamps at Target are UL approved. That makes Target more likely to carry them. A UL logo actually affords a guarantee that FDA approval does not. If the lab approves a dangerous product, its reputation will suffer and it will lose businesses to competing firms. If the FDA approves a dangerous product, it can legally force businesses to patronize it anyway. Now think back to our medical device example. If the FDA doesn't get a job done quickly, again, it can simply force businesses to come to it for approval. If the UL is slow, again, it will lose business to competing firms. When the FDA screws up or is not timely, you have nowhere else to go except out of the country. Like the mafia, the FDA maintains a monopoly that allows no challengers. Government regulation of product safety imposes one unilateral edict on a population with a diverse array of priorities. It allows the few, the 1%, to make decisions about the bodies and personal lives of the many. It creates unelected agencies that operate with impunity, withholding vital services from those who could benefit from them. The notion that government can solve our problems enables it to create new ones. Maybe what we should really be regulating is the government itself.